by Lydia, the very sword that had been sealed inside that tree. She then summoned her second sword as well and launched an all-out attack on Art using both blades. Art kept dodging every single attack. Eventually he took to the air to escape, but Sylphie relentlessly chased after him. Art wondered who had instigated Sylphie to act like this. Meanwhile, everything was unfolding exactly according to the masked man's plan. In a flashback, he was seen placing his hand on Sylphie's head, forcibly implanting memories into her mind. She witnessed Lydia's final moments, seeing Varvatos standing before her, about to deliver the killing blow. Only then did Sylphie finally learn the truth about how her sister had died. Back in the present, Sylphie attacked Art again, and this time, Art was badly injured and fell to the ground. Believing that the Demon Lord was finally dead, she felt satisfied, but immediately broke down in tears, realizing that even now her sister had not returned. Declaring that she would destroy a world where Lydia did not exist, she unleashed her rage. Rina tried to bring Sylphie back to her senses, but Sylphie attacked her as well. Rina barely blocked the strike with her shield. Jenny then launched a fireball from behind, but when she rushed forward to follow up, Sylphie kicked her away effortlessly. Sylphie was about to attack Rina again when suddenly Art transformed into his Demon Lord form. Sylphie prepared to attack him once more, but then she heard Lydia's voice telling her to stop. Both of them froze at that moment. Just then, the masked man appeared and immediately slammed Sylphie to the ground, mocking her for being useless. Art asked him what he really wanted. The masked man revealed his plan, to sacrifice Rina and revive his master. He knew that before reaching Rina, he would have to kill Art, which was why he used Sylphie. But since she also failed, he decided to finish the job himself. He picked up both holy swords and declared that he would personally end Art. He rushed toward Art at incredible speed, but Art calmly sliced off his arm. The masked man leaped into the air to attack again, but the moment he tried to activate the sword's magic, the sword turned against him and fell from his grasp. Art explained that holy swords choose their own owners, and then declared that he would show him how holy swords are truly wielded. After Art's attack, only the masked man's mask fell to the ground. From Art's sword, Lydia's spirit emerged. She told Sylphie that none of what happened was Varvatos' fault, and that all she wished for was for Sylphie to live a happy life from now on. Saying this, Lydia returned to her sword. A few months later, the Academy took the students on a school trip. To pass time, the three of them were playing games when suddenly, time froze, except for them. In the next instant, they were teleported to a completely different place, landing awkwardly on the ground. A small child appeared before them. When Art asked who he was, the child replied that he was God. Art sarcastically accepted it and asked why they were brought there. God explained the existence of countless parallel universes, each flowing with its own time. Once time passes, it cannot be reversed, but there was one demon lord whose existence could destroy the entire flow. God ordered Art to kill that demon lord. They were then transported to another world. Seeing two moons in the sky, Art realized they had traveled far into the past, back to an era before one of the moons was destroyed thousands of years ago. He explained that they were now in the kingdom ruled by the demon lord, Varvatos. Since God had mentioned a demon lord, the only way forward was to meet Varvatos himself. Rina grabbed Art's hand, admitting she was scared. Jenny did the same. Both of them had completely forgotten that they were standing in the distant past of another world. At that moment, a girl came running, fleeing from a monster. Before the monster could kill her, Art stepped in and destroyed it instantly. The girls praised his strength, but then a familiar voice thanked them. They turned around to see Lady Olivia. When Olivia asked how they knew her, Art replied that she was famous throughout the world. Olivia then released her full power, knocking Rina and Jenny unconscious, while Art remained unaffected. Realizing his true strength, she invited him to come to the city with her. The next day, they arrived in the city. Olivia explained that she brought them there because she wanted them to join her army. Aliens had begun invading their world, and humanity was only surviving because of Varvatos. Seeing Art's power, Olivia believed that if he joined their side, they could finally win the war. Art agreed, but on two conditions. First, Jenny and Rina would join as well. Second, they would work under Lady Verda's forces. Olivia couldn't understand why someone this powerful would choose logistical work instead of frontline combat, but seeing Art's resolve, she accepted his terms. They soon reached Verda's headquarters. Art chose this role because he believed it would keep Jenny and Rina away from battle and keep them safe. But suddenly, the building in front of them exploded. a girl appeared, praising herself for the success of her experiment. When the girls realized she was Verda, they were shocked, because in their time, Verda was portrayed very differently. After restoring the building, they told Verda the truth, that they were from the future. Verda found this fascinating and accepted them as her subordinates. At that moment, Sylphie burst through the door, chasing after Verda. Shortly after, Lydia arrived, and seeing her again stirred Art's emotions. Lydia grabbed Verda and started scolding her, furious that Verda hadn't sent reinforcements despite being asked to support her army. Verda calmly replied that she would send her 3 new elites to Lydia's forces. Verda's eyes then fell on Jenny, and she started flirting with her, casually inviting her to come to her room at night. Soon after, Verda began teasing Jenny with some playful, naughty behavior, but before things could go any further, Art stepped in and separated the two of them. Because of this, Lydia got angry at Art and challenged him to a duel, which Art accepted without even a second of hesitation. Art told Rina and Jenny to stay behind and stepped outside to fight Lydia. As soon as the fight began, Lydia started attacking him with punches and kicks, but Art easily dodged every single move. Frustrated, that maniac woman suddenly threw dirt into his eyes. Blinded, Art couldn't dodge her next attack, and she slammed a heavy punch into his stomach, sending him flying straight into a massive rock. Art thought to himself that women never change and rushed back into the fight. Their battle continued, with both of them beating each other relentlessly for hours. Eventually, both were completely exhausted. Lydia admitted that Art was far stronger than she had expected and asked him to join her army. Art agreed, but said that he wanted to meet Varvatos first. Lydia replied that before meeting Varvatos, Art would need to complete a task and earn his trust. That night, Art and the 2 girls stayed at Lydia's villa. Meanwhile, Lydia once again approached Jenny, eager to resume her naughty antics. On the other hand, a maid named Latima came to Art and told him that Lydia had said they could stay there until their mission was complete. After Latima left, Art remembered that this was the same woman he had once killed in the past, and he wondered whether it was right for him to stay there. But his thoughts were interrupted when he started hearing Jenny's voice echoing through the villa. The next day, they arrived at the army's support unit. Rina and Jenny were still scared, so Art reassured them that this unit only took care of injured soldiers and that the chances of an attack here were very low. Soon after, the battle began. Sylphie was leading the charge on the front lines. During the fight, many injured soldiers were brought to the support unit for treatment, while Rina and Jenny carried medicine and supplies to the wounded. Suddenly, the enemy general attacked the support unit, wiping out all the soldiers in front of him with his lightning powers. Art immediately realized that the general had come to destroy their war supplies. However, Art believed this was the perfect opportunity. If he defeated the enemy general, he could earn Varvatos' trust. Meanwhile, Lydia had captured the fort with her army and broken through the gates, but she couldn't understand where the enemy general was. Just then, a soldier informed her that the enemy general was destroying their support unit. As the general advanced further, he stepped onto one of Art's traps. Instantly, his entire body was scorched, and he collapsed onto the ground. At that moment, Lydia and Sylphie arrived and were stunned to see that the enemy they had been trying to defeat for months had been taken down so easily by Art. Lydia realized that this was more than enough to earn a meeting with the Demon Lord. A few days later, they were traveling toward the castle in a carriage. Rina and Jenny kept praising how magnificent the castle looked, which made Art smile proudly. When they entered, the castle looked even more beautiful from the inside. Sylphie coldly remarked that the only thing uglier than this castle was Varvatos' face. As they moved forward, a massive explosion suddenly occurred. Standing before them was Elvato, one of the 4 heavenly generals. He praised Art for successfully blocking his attack. Soon after, Demon Lord Varvatos himself appeared. He was so unbelievably handsome that Jenny fainted the moment she saw him. Varvatos scolded Elvato for playing such a crude prank on his guests and told everyone to follow him. Along the way, Lydia tried to speak with Varvatos, and Art noticed how cold and rude Varvatos was toward her. Varvatos then took his seat on the throne, while Rina and Jenny excitedly praised him by calling him the Demon Lord. Confused, Varvatos asked who they were calling the Demon Lord. Lydia admitted that she didn't know, and Art sensed that something was seriously wrong. Varvatos said that he knew there was someone who was called the Demon Lord, but he couldn't understand why they were calling him that. Art quickly brushed it off, saying it was just a small misunderstanding. Later, they gathered in Verda's lab to discuss what might have happened. Verda suggested that someone had traveled back in time and changed history, which was likely why God had sent them, to eliminate whoever was responsible. She revealed that the demon lord of this world had appeared 3 years ago, and no one knew who he really was or where he came from. Not even Varvatos had been able to defeat him. At that moment, Lydia arrived and asked Art to join the front lines. As they climbed the mountain, Lydia explained that the enemy they were about to face was the Curse King. Hearing this, Art panicked, because he himself had once cast a curse on Lydia and taken control of her. Soon, they reached the Curse King's fortress, whose gates were protected by countless skeleton soldiers. Before Sylphie could charge in and destroy them, Art attacked first, wiping out all the skeletons in an instant. Lydia asked why he looked so angry. Art silently vowed that this time he would not allow history to repeat itself. As they moved deeper inside, a massive explosion ignited the entire building. Enemy soldiers burned right in front of their eyes. When they entered the inner chamber, they saw that the Sword King had been beheaded. The one who had slaughtered all their enemies then stepped forward. When Art asked who he was, the man introduced himself as the Demon Lord. He declared war on Varvatos' kingdom and vanished. The next morning, all the nation's generals and ministers gathered to plan their strategy. Varvatos declared that the war would be finished in a single day and that all 4 heavenly generals, along with himself, would enter the battlefield. Art pointed out that the Demon Lord had declared himself immortal and asked how Varvatos planned to deal with that. Varvatos replied that it was a secret. With 3 days remaining before the war, Art decided to stay at Lydia's palace with his friends. Latima later informed him that Lydia was busy preparing the army. Sitting there, Art realized that he had completely changed history. The one who was supposed to die hadn't died, and Lydia had never been cursed. But suddenly the Demon Lord appeared and said that erasing God's writing was not so easy. Natural forces would intervene, and Lydia would die once again. The Demon Lord removed his mask, revealing that he was also Art, from another timeline. Both of them had lived as Varvatos, and after dying they were reborn as Art meteors. When Art asked how he came here, the Demon Lord explained that God had sent him as well, on a mission. He told Art that since they both wanted to save Lydia, they should work together. Art questioned why, if he wanted to save Lydia, he didn't join forces with the Varvatos of this era. The Demon Lord replied that circumstances had made it impossible for them to work together, because God had assigned him a mission to destroy this world. Art couldn't understand why God would want to destroy the world, or how that was connected to saving Lydia. The Demon Lord reminded him of how Lydia had died. After being cursed, only a single alien had survived, the very enemy they were supposed to defeat. But Art couldn't bring himself to fight him. If he killed the Demon Lord, Lydia might die as well. That was exactly why the Demon Lord was so angry, because if he had shared his feelings back then, Lydia wouldn't have gone to fight alone. She wouldn't have been turned into a puppet, and they wouldn't have been forced to kill her. That regret was the reason he took of his own life and was reborn as Art Meteor. But even in this life, everything was taken away from him again. That was why he chose to become the enemy of this world, so that his death would come at Lydia's hands, allowing her to live on. Once again, he asked Art to join his plan. Art was just about to shake his hand when images of Jenny and Rena flashed through his mind. At the same time, Lydia's spirit inside his sword stopped him. Seeing this, the Demon Lord gave Art 3 days to make his decision and said he would wait behind the mountain. After he left, Art went to have dinner with the girls, and later they wandered through the city together. Once again, Lydia slipped back into her naughty behavior and even told Art that he should flirt with a few girls too. Art replied that he wasn't as low as she was. Hearing that, she punched him straight in the face. Art punched her back, and both of them knocked each other down. Lydia then asked if his mind was finally clear. Art realized that Lydia had sensed something was troubling him. He asked her what she would do if she had to sacrifice the most precious thing in the world. Instead of answering, she took him somewhere else, to the ruins of a destroyed village. Standing there, Lydia confessed that this place was where she had committed the greatest sins of her life. Suddenly, countless ghosts emerged and began cursing her for wiping out entire families. She explained that this land was once inhabited only by demons, and during the war, they had to kill all the innocent civilians to claim it. Because of that, she felt like a murderer. Lydia revealed that she had already decided how her life should end. She believed she wasn't worthy of being saved, and when the time came for her death, she didn't want Art or anyone else to interfere. When they returned home, Jenny and Rena were furious that Lydia had taken Art away alone. Lydia hugged both of them and gave each of them a hairpin to calm them down. Soon after, the war between the two armies began. Verda attacked with her robots, while Olivia led her beast women to slaughter the demons. Dragons rained attacks from the sky, but shields blocked their assaults. As soldiers clashed with demons, Alberto prepared to wipe out the entire battlefield with his magic, but Varvatos used his Hellgates to nullify it before anyone else could die. Varvatos wondered how there could be so many demons, because no matter how many they killed, their numbers kept increasing. Meanwhile, as Sylphie and Lydia fought, Lydia suddenly sensed something wrong. She told Sylphie to handle things there and rushed away. Elsewhere, Art stood face to face with the Demon Lord, who asked whether he would save Lydia or not. Art replied that he wouldn't, because that wasn't what Lydia wanted. She wanted to die while saving everyone, as atonement for her sins. Hearing this, the Demon Lord snapped and attacked Art. Art barely dodged and then unleashed his full power, but not even a scratch appeared on the Demon Lord. Suddenly, a magic circle formed beneath Art's feet. As he jumped away, more circles appeared around him. Art destroyed them all and landed back on the ground. He used the Void Hole spell to pin the Demon Lord down, but the Demon Lord broke free. Neither of them could harm the other, as they could cancel out each other's magic. The Demon Lord said he had predicted this outcome, and asked Art if he ever wondered why he had been summoned to such a distant place. At the same time, Rina and Jenny were kept far from the battlefield at Lydia's villa. Latima arrived and told them that Art had summoned them. On the way, she revealed that Art had discovered the truth behind the Demon Lord's immortality and had called them to the Demon Lord's castle. Art had realized that the Demon Lord's immortality relied on a secret soul separation technique. His soul was stored inside a safe vessel. To kill him, both the body and the soul would have to be destroyed at the same time. However, the spell had limits. The soul couldn't stray far from the vessel, and if the vessel was destroyed, the Demon Lord would lose his immortality. As they headed toward the castle, the Demon Lord's soldiers attacked them. Latima stayed behind to fight, ordering the girls to continue forward. The war raged on elsewhere, with both armies trying to annihilate each other, while Sylphie grew anxious, unable to understand where her sister had gone. Inside the Demon Lord's castle, Rina and Jenny found a massive crystal containing the Demon Lord's soul. They moved together to destroy it, but a trap activated. Confused, they didn't understand what was happening, until Latima appeared. This had all been part of the Demon Lord's plan, though he admitted he was happy to see their faces one last time. He told Art that if he wanted to save the girls, he would have to join him. Art replied that they were his friends, and he could never hurt them. Enraged, the Demon Lord warned that even if he didn't harm them, Varvatos' army would soon arrive, and whatever happened after that wouldn't be his responsibility. Rina asked Latima why she was siding with the Demon Lord. Latima answered that she was doing everything for Lydia. Jenny then pointed out that they could still escape, because even if they couldn't use magic, they had learned atypical magic. Using Art's secret script magic, they destroyed the traps, but Latima said it was pointless and began summoning dozens of legendary monsters. Just as she commanded them, Lydia arrived and slaughtered every single monster. When they asked how she found them, Lydia revealed that she tracked their location using the hairpins she had given them. Lydia ordered Latima to stop, but Latima declared she would destroy the entire world if it meant saving Lydia. Lydia easily defeated all her demons and shattered the crystal. With that, the Demon Lord was no longer immortal, and Varvatos felt a sharp pain in his chest. The Demon Lord begged Art once more to help save Lydia, but Art asked him whether he truly wanted to save her, or if he was simply running away from the guilt of killing her. Art said this was the one chance to give Lydia what she truly wanted. That enraged the Demon Lord. He released all his power and shouted that even if he was trying to save himself, what he truly wanted was to live with Lydia forever. Both of them charged at each other. The Demon Lord asked Art why he chose to reincarnate. If he wasn't lonely after Lydia's death, then why? He asked if Art had forgotten the last words he ever said to Lydia. Art replied that he could never forget them. In the flashback, we see Lydia yelling at him. She was furious because he wanted to sign a non-aggression pact with the demons so they could live peacefully. But Lydia knew the truth. This pact would only give the demons more time to grow stronger and expand their forces. Still, Varvatos refused to change his decision. That's when Lydia called him a traitor. Varvatos replied coldly, saying that if she was so eager to fight the demons, then she would have to face them alone. But deep down, that wasn't what he wanted at all. He never wanted her to keep fighting, or to die on their battlefield. And that regret haunted the Demon Lord more than anything else. He believed that if he had only been honest about his true feelings, Lydia would still be alive. That's why he swore that this time, no matter what, he would save her. With that resolve, he launches an attack on Art. But suddenly, a magical field stops his sword in mid-air. At the same moment, Lydia's hands appear and pull his blade back. Seeing this, Art finally understands what Lydia truly wanted. Even though he's already down on his knees, Art attacks the Demon Lord. Still desperate, the Demon Lord tries one last time to convince him, asking Art to remember the time he spent with Lydia. He begs him to stop, just for a moment, because he can't bear to fail her again. But Art respects Lydia's decision. With a single strike, he kills the Demon Lord. As the Demon Lord dies, Art's body begins to glow, and so do the bodies of the others. They realize that they're finally returning to their own time. Lydia asks them about the future. She wonders if there truly is a world where everyone lives happily. At first, they hesitate. Then Jenny speaks up, saying that the future really is like that, a place where she can smile every single day. Rina adds that she enjoys every moment of her life. Hearing this, Lydia smiles, relieved that her sacrifice was not in vain. Before disappearing, she asks them to deliver a message to Art. Meanwhile, Warvatos learns that the Demon Lord has been defeated. He steps forward and declares that the Demon Lord's army has been completely crushed. Everyone begins to celebrate their victory. Lydia congratulates Warvatos, but he humbly says that all the credit belongs to Art and his friends. Elsewhere, God is impressed that Art has completed his mission. But when Art asks who he really is, God simply replies that he's nothing more than a well-wisher. Even so, Art says he hopes they never meet again. God agrees and sends them all back to their original timeline. When Art wakes up, the first thing he sees is Sylphie's face. They're back on the school trip. When Art notices the clips on Rina and Jenny's heads, he realizes that none of it was a dream. Rina then delivers Lydia's message to Art. No matter where they are, they will always remain best friends. As they move forward, Lydia's spirit urges Art to keep going. And with Rina and Jenny by his side, Art continues exploring the place, ready to face whatever comes next.